Welcome to May's Log Live. I'm May, and this is a March 27th order update from Lug. Now, I only saw this on Facebook. I did not get this as an email. I looked all through my emails, all three of my addresses. None of them had anything even close to this. I got other emails from Lug, but nothing like this. So all the emails that I'm getting from Lug are all, selling me stuff and reminding me of like new stuff coming out. And the Lug Live shows, but nothing about shipping updates or order updates or anything like that. So don't know. I don't know what's going on. I was excited because the first two updates Lug sent out were sent out as an email, and then suddenly now it seems they're all coming out only as Facebook posts. So I am 100% sure that there's a ton of people who are not on Facebook, who are Lug customers and who are Lug nuts and who have been having trouble with their products and with their with their orders, and they have no idea what's going on. So I don't understand what Lug is trying to do. At the very, very least, they should be sending this out as an email, and I think they should actually be taking it one step further. And I think this all should go on their website. So, because if you're ordering for the first time with Lug and you don't know that there are problems, you're going to expect your stuff to come as quickly as all the other things from all the other companies you order from, and you expect that there's going to be, no problems, and it's going to turn people off really quickly. But if they understand that, you're moving warehouses and there might be a delay, people are going to be a whole lot more patient with you, and you're not going to lose those customers as quickly. So, anyways, I just feel I'm confused by what's going on here. But anyways, that's another thing, I guess. But like I said, since I know there are a lot of you out there who are not on Facebook, I'm going to read the whole letter to you. And I guess if there's anything that we need to talk about at the end, I will do that at the end. So here we go. Number 1, tracking information. On Friday, we identified 440 customers affected by incorrect tracking numbers. These tracking notifications had a status of, quote, return to sender. This issue has been resolved, and we will send out new tracking numbers to those affected in the next 24 to 48 hours. Please, please disregard the original tracking number. Enhancements. In the next coming days, our team is working with our warehouse on implementing a tracking notification process that will enhance and streamline the tracking notification per order status. And a friendly reminder, your tracking number will be activated once the carrier receives and scans your package. Typically, this happens within 24 to 48 business hours of tracking being created. Please note, in some instances, we have seen the, quote, label created status show up for longer than 48 hours without additional scans until the package arrives at the delivery location. For example, 5 to 6 extra days. We are working with our warehouse and UPS team to see why this is happening and find a solution, but your package is moving. Number 2, shipping timelines. As mentioned, our warehouse worked over the previous weekend to continue the fulfillment and shipment of orders. In addition, the warehouse has also begun an inventory count procedure, ultimately resulting in a decline in back orders and cancellations. As our shipping carriers do not pick up on Saturdays and Sundays, we expect the packaged weekend shipments to be on a carrier truck within the next 24 hours. Tracking notifications will follow. And lastly, number 3, customer care. Starting this week, we will begin onboarding several new members to our customer care team to enhance and speed up your experience with our team. Please note that our customer care team is still working through a very high volume of inquiries. Please expect a response time of 3 to 5 business days temporarily. We request that you help us get there by restraining from submitting duplicate requests regarding the same issue to help our team focus on the issues at hand. We will continue to respond to existing inquiries as rapidly as possible, most of which are related to tracking and missing items from orders. We thank you for your continued patience and #LugLove. We will continue to provide updates Monday through Friday until we are happy that we are operating at 100% efficiency and have a 48-hour shipping window. Jason and Amy. Okay, so that's the letter. That's the statement. Like I said, the post that should have been an email. Okay, so I guess let's go back to number 1 here. So at least what they're saying here, that seems they've got a pretty good number. They've actually given us a number, which is always nice. 440 customers who've been affected by incorrect tracking numbers. I don't know from when to when. Like, I don't know when those orders were placed. It would be interesting. I think they should have maybe posted that's 440 customers who posted. Sorry, who have orders that were placed between such and such a date to the next date. I think that would have been helpful, because then it would have helped for people who are trying to figure out whether their orders are still, sort of somewhere in the system. I know there are a lot of people who still have orders outstanding from like January, and really, really, really early February. So I would like to know, like, the time window that they're looking at, as far as, like, when all these orders were placed. Because if you're one of the people who was outside of that window, then maybe you should be, you then have a sort of idea whether or not your order has been dealt with. Anyway, okay, so 440 customers have been affected by incorrect tracking numbers. That's actually a fair bit. Um, but it seems like, so basically those people got things that said, like, return to sender. And apparently, supposedly, they figured all this out. And anybody who has had that problem, with, I guess, within the next 24 to 48 hours, you're going to be getting a brand new tracking number. So then you can disregard the previous one. Now, I would like to know if any of you out there were one of the 440 people, and whether or not you received an email that was different from this, that had, any extra information. Like, did Lug actually, and it doesn't go out of its way to say that here. It just says we've identified those customers. It didn't say we've contacted these customers. But I would like to know if they did. I want to know if Lug actually, contacted these 440 people who had incorrect tracking numbers, and said, hey, by the way, you got the wrong tracking number. We've fixed it. You are now getting a new one in the next whatever. Be on the lookout for a new tracking number. Disregard the previous one. Um, so if you are one of those people and you did get that email, or if there was actually any email at all, let me know in the comments. And if you want to send me a copy of that, you want to email that to me, please do. I'd be curious to see what it actually says. So, anyways, so that's what I'd like to know. I just want to know if they're actually being contacted. All the people who've had problems with their tracking numbers. But it also goes out of its way to say that they know that this has been a problem, so now they're working with the warehouse to try to find a way to fix this problem so it doesn't happen in the future, so that it's a much more streamlined system, whereby they are actually giving out, I guess, correct tracking numbers in the future. So that's good. So not only have they identified the people who are affected and are fixing those problems first, but they're also working on actually trying to fix this so it doesn't happen again, which is great. I'd love to know what they're doing to do that, and how long it's going to take to do that. But anyways, it's good to know, because I just want to know, again, how long are we going to expect that people to be getting incorrect tracking numbers? I kind of feel like that's important as well. And then it does say, just to remind you, that the system, I guess, has kind of always been this, and I know people have always gotten confused by it. Very often people will see, and I know I was one of these people as well, in the early days. I would get an email from Lug saying that a label's been created and my package is on its way. And they would kind of use those words, my package is on its way. Um, and I would look, and the tracking number wasn't activated. There was no tracking number, or there was a tracking number, but it said that, the shipper had not received the package, and then it would kind of wait for a couple of days before there was any movement on that tracking number. So I think they're just reminding you that when you see the thing that's, or an email or a notification that says label created, it doesn't actually necessarily mean it's literally, on its way to you just yet. It just means that Lug has created the label and placed it on your package, and then they still have to wait until like the UPS or whatever it is. And here it says UPS, but I guess whatever shipping service they're using, that company has to come and pick up the package, scan it into their system, and put it onto the truck. And that's when it officially has a tracking number that you can actually track and see how long it's going to get to you. So they think they're just kind of reminding you that the process is, you'll get a created a label thing that's going to sit there for maybe 24 to 48 hours. And then after that, that's when the company will come pick up their I guess, their shipment, and then that's when it starts officially going into the system. However, it seems like some people are not even getting the created label notice, and they're just suddenly seeing their package arrive at their door. So anyways, it looks like they're still kind of working through some things, but they're just kind of reminding you that this is still kind of what's going on. Okay. And then so they're talking about shipping timelines. So it looks like they're saying that, they have been working really, really hard. They worked through the weekend, which is amazing. A lot of overtime hours at the warehouse, so that's great. Love it when people are getting more work. And it says that they're continuing their fulfillment of all these orders that have sort of been backlogged, and it seems like their back orders and cancellation sort of list has started to shrink. So they're actually seeing, sort of less and less and less of these problem orders and back orders and things like that, because it looks like they've done I guess a rough inventory, a bit of a count. So I don't think they've done a thorough one. It sounds like it just says they've begun an inventory count procedure, which means I guess they now have a much better sense of the inventory they have on hand, so that when someone places an order and it says, sure, we're sending it to you, it doesn't show up when when they actually go to pick the order, that is actually not there, which we know has been happening way more often than it should be. So, anyways, it looks like they're finally doing that. I don't know why they didn't do it in the first place. To me, I would think the first thing you do when you move into a brand new warehouse, especially after you've moved out of one that was holding your stuff hostage, um, me personally, the first thing I would do is do a massive inventory count, like thorough from top to bottom, and I probably would have even well, let's not talk about what I would do, I guess, but I guess if I were Lug, if I had moved from one to the other and I knew that I was back ordered, I knew that like it seems like at the very least half the problems are either back orders or cancellations or missing items or whatever, which are going to cause you major headaches for you, for the warehouse, for the customer service team, for the customers. So if you know this is going to be a problem, halt everything. Stop taking orders for a week and do an inventory count. All the stores do it. So all the retail stores, they close for a day. They bring in either an inventory team or they bring in literally every staff member, and it's all hands on deck, and they do a 100% from top to bottom inventory count. But they close everything down for like a day, maybe two, especially if it's a really small store and they're really short staffed. And then they open everything back up, and all their numbers are clear and clean, and they now know what they're doing from here on out. Why Lug didn't shut everything down just for a day? It doesn't even have to be, for very long. They can even shut half of the warehouse down and then do a thorough inventory count there, and then do another sort of, another half another day. But you know what? This is important. This is the kind of stuff that really, really makes a difference. So I'm glad they've started. I don't know why they just don't finish it. But anyways, so there we go. So supposedly there's inventory going on. And because of that, they seem to think that they're in a better place to have an idea what they actually genuinely have in stock, which should make it easier and better in the future, so that there are less back orders and less cancellations. So anyways, and it also says that their shippers actually only come and pick up their stuff during the week, so that you're actually not going to see them. You're not going to see your orders sort of, I guess, move until Monday, during the week, because Saturdays and Sundays they're closed. And then the last thing, just another reminder that they're still inundated at customer service. That if you are actually having issues with your order, to please only put in one request and leave it at that. That if you email them, it's still going to take 3 to 5 business days for them to even read your request, and it might take a little bit even longer for them to get to you. But not to worry, so don't try submitting, 10 requests because you haven't heard back from them right away. You're not going to hear back from them right away. So if you are one of these people who has a problem, send your thing in. I would probably wait a week before you sort of freak out. Maybe send another one after that, like a quick, hey, I sent one this day. This is a duplicate, so that at least they know, so they can see really quickly. Like, you maybe even in the subject title, you might be like, re, uh, previously submitted request regarding order number, blah 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 blah. So at least they're aware, okay, like an additional reminder or an additional request on a same order. Because if a customer service rep is already familiar with that order, they might just sort of, scan it really quickly and move back to doing your thing. But anyways, it's just a reminder to sort of refrain from, overwhelming them with additional requests, because it does eat up a lot of their time. So there we go. And also, it does say that they are going to be giving us more frequent updates, at least Monday through Friday. I guess we won't hear from them on the weekends until they are at a 48-hour shipping window. So I wonder how long it's going to take to do this. Are we going to keep hearing from them all through the summer? It'll be interesting. So I'm hoping that comes sooner than later. But you know what? A 48-hour shipping window would be fantastic. I have. I don't remember the last time I got something within 48 to 48 hours or 30, something like that. So 72 hours, it's been a while. Anyway, so there we go. That is the update. I guess it looks like they're gonna continue to bring these out, so I will do my absolute best to get these out to you as soon as I can. Again, I can't make promises because I'm still have thumb issues, and it's really slowing me down, and it really does take me a lot more effort, and I have to, really be careful how I do things. So, yeah, and I'm actually starting to think maybe I actually have to stop altogether because it's yeah, thumbs are not doing well. I gotta tell you, it's getting worse and worse in some ways. In some ways, it's getting better. In some ways, it's getting worse. And I feel like maybe I need to just stop doing a lot of things and just let them heal, so that I'm not continually aggravating things and making things worse for myself, and making it expensive as well. Like I mean, like I'm going to physio 2 or 3 times a week because I'm really trying to get this fixed so that I can function again. But I guess if I'm, doing things I'm not supposed to be doing, and putting a lot of strain in places I'm not supposed to be putting strain, I guess I'm screwing myself over, aren't I? So I may actually have to take some time off, and just let this heal for a little bit, and then see how it goes in the next little while. So anyway, so if you hear me go dark or whatever it is, that's probably why. It's just yeah, I may have to just take a chill pill for a little while and just let the thumbs heal. My God, it's so weird. And like, yeah, it's so silly how much you use one digit. It is incredible how how completely dysfunctional you become when just one thumb is out of commission. So, anyways, that's it. Just an interesting observation how important your thumbs are. Okay, so sorry, I kind of got a little bit weird there. So that is it. That's the video. Hope things are coming to you guys. I hope your orders are coming, relatively drama free. And I really hope that none of you guys are the ones affected by any of the weirdness. I doubt that's the case, but I'm just hoping. All right, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.